Alright folks, welcome back to Pushing the Potters, episode number 30, it's special episode 33, the numbers match. We're going to face Krasnodar of the Russian Premier League in today's Champions League group game. You can see there, really, I mean they finished second last year, that's pretty good for them, I think. They're becoming a feature though in real life, I think, in the Champions League, certainly in Europe. And you can see there that they've actually had an indifferent start to the season, fairly average. 12 games, 4 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats with a neutral goal difference. That's as pretty boring as you can get. Obviously, they are dangerous. They've beaten Dortmund at home today, already in this competition even. So today, hopefully, they won't be able to do the damage against us. Since you were last with us, we've had a bit of an indifferent spell, really. We did beat Burnley 3-0, a hat-trick for Dembele. No real shock there. Then we lost at West Ham. We were 2-0 up as well, with pretty much half an hour to play and conceded 3 times. We just couldn't really get back into the game. Tyler Roberts' brace won it late on, and pretty frustrating. The West Ham having a pretty decent year. They're up in 3rd place at the moment. Then Champions League, the home game against Krasnodar, we did come through that. We were 1-1 for they pulled one back through Ivan scored, and that made it 2-1. It was touch and go at half time, really, but we did manage to pull away from them. Then we won 5-1 at Chelsea. That's far more like what I expect. We did go behind, though. Williams scoring in the 5th minute before we put 5 goals past them through Vlasic, Milik, Lamar, and Dembele, as you see on your screen. Then a cup win over QPR at Loftus Road. Difficult pitch, but we made light work of the Rangers. No problems. Bit of a rotated side. Fantastic. Then we played at home to United and lost 2-1. We didn't deserve to, but we did lose. Dembele gave us the lead early on. Then they had a penalty for a high foot in the area. I'm pretty sure a high foot in the area, apart from the fact that it's questionable at best. Trippier, you can see, obviously, the man at fault. But a high foot in the penalty area, I believe, is simply a direct or rather indirect free kick. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm sure I did read that somewhere or see it recently in the Premier League. It's not a penalty offence. Still, it does mean that we're still top of the league, although it is tight. It does bunch the teams up a little bit. You can see we're top on 22 points, which is good. We've got the best goal difference in the league, which is also good. But Man United right behind us on 20, which is not so good. So it's Krasnodar today. So let's have a quick look at their lineup. You can see there, I don't know too much about Russian football. I don't know if that's a different team than I've heard of Kabore, and that's as far as, and Ji Dong-won, of course, familiar to fans of Sunderland, perhaps. But other than that, I don't know any of those players. I think I've heard of Mamayev, but that might be complete nonsense. But our team today is Butland. It's Gibbs at left back. We're rotating slightly. No disrespect to Krasnodar, but we should be beating them with our rotated side anyway. Big John alongside Shawcross. He gets a start today. The captain's back. Danilo at right back after Trippier's nightmare of a high foot against United. Joe Allen and Asasibar in the middle. AA. Verlinden on the right side. Amiri in the middle with Vlasic left side with Milik up front. We do have a couple of injuries. Berardi's obviously a long-term absence. He's back soon, but isn't registered for the Champions League. I decided not to bother with him, given the length of his injury. Gylfi Sigurdsson did his Achilles, so he's actually out for 5 months. So we'll see him again probably February, March time. And another injury to Lamar picked up in that QPR game. He got a thigh strain, so he's actually back, but he's just not fit to play. And I think, nice stadium at Krasnodar. They've named it well, Krasnodar Stadium. Well, it's not even Krasnodar Stadium, it's just simply Krasnodar. So they've not put too huge investment or time into the name of the ground. So just 2 minutes on the clock, then we do get our first moment of note, according to the FM. Oh, here we go, Verlinden skies it really, got right under that. I mean, he's not played for us too much this year. Pione Sisto's come in and sort of taken that bit part role away from him. Probably that's a little bit harsh on the boy, but yeah, you know. Here we go then, 15 minutes. Verlinden again, right side. Maybe that's where the attacks are going to come down. Maybe their left side's not as strong as perhaps it should be. And it is a goal. Nikola Vlasic, you can tell there's an air of inevitability about it in my voice. But Vlasic gives us the lead. It was a nice bit of interplay. Milik involved to Amiri, to Asasibar. You can see Vlasic is already on the shoulder. That's his striker's instinct, and he just slots it into that near post. Sidekeeper will be very furious with himself, I'm sure. But you can see as well in the league table, group stage, on the left-hand side of the screen, Dortmund, a great risk of going out. They were obviously going to be, I thought, the second well, I'd like to think that it was certainly going to be between us and them for top place. As it turns out, it's going to be between us and Fiorentina. And Dortmund are going to face a struggle to qualify even for the Europa League from this. But we're not really bothered, to be honest. It's, if they don't go through, they don't go through. Anyway, so half an hour played. Stoke are building again. He's for Linden. He's involved. Danilo. He gets another go at it. He does better this time. Vlasic shoots. Comes back to Danilo. Crosses. It's cleared away. What's that, the chance? Thumped back in. Oh, and it's gone straight in, ref. Just give the goal. Andres Grankvist. I do recognise that name, actually. Didn't he play for Everton or someone? Grankvist. Rings a bell. Maybe I'm thinking of the same surname, but a different player. Milik slots in. We do get a penalty goal. Not very often they go in. But Milik scores 2-0. Comfortable in Krasnodar. At Krasnodar. Lovely, lovely stuff. Keeper's doing star jumps. And wasn't able to get down in time to the bottom left-hand corner of the goal. So Amiri's ball across. Big John heads, and Asasibar steals it on the line, heads it away from the goalkeeper and heads in. Just his second goal of the season. Makes it safe, in my opinion. 3-0 at half-time, or heading into half-time. That's pretty good for on the road. We should have beat Dortmund as well. We been a little bit, probably it wasn't going in actually, was it? So Asasibar saves the day from Big John. But yeah, I think we've been a little bit unlucky with that Dortmund result. I say a little bit. We were very unlucky with that Dortmund result, but we're making up for it now. 3-0 at the break. Dortmund off the bottom. They must have taken the lead against Fiorentina, and I suppose that's good news for us because it bunches them up and we pull away. So we've got a 4-point buffer down to second place, which it seems unlikely that we'll throw that away, especially with the return games. We've got obviously a trip to Fiorentina, but I'd expect us to win there, and the home game against Dortmund. Given what we displayed against them away, I fully expect us to put them to the sword in the home game. Kieran Gibbs gets a goal. He doesn't score many. In fact, that might be his first for the club. It is indeed his first for the club. Kieran Gibbs on the transfer list. We expected him to move on, but he's stick around. I mean, he is transfer listed, as I say, but he's stuck around, and he finds himself on the edge of the box and simply just puts his left size 9 through that and makes the game beyond safe. We can already get back on the plane. Long trip back to England. I'm a bit concerned about the next Premier League game that comes straight after this. I'm not even sure who it's against, but whoever it is, I'll have a little bit of a bonus given the fact that we've got I assume it's a 7-hour flight. I don't know how much FM factors that in, but it surely is obviously it is a factor in real life. It surely is a factor in FM. I always notice the fitness of the players is perhaps a little bit lower than it normally is after an away Champions League game. He's Gibbs now. Vlasic looks outside for Gibbs. A little bit. Oh, keepers come out from nowhere. Milik scores. How did Dortmund lose here, people? 5-0 now. Fair play to the 527 Stoke fans behind the goal, all the way into Russia. I mean, maybe they're natives. They could be Russian Stoke fans, for all I know. But I assume they've made the trip. Milik, he'll never score an easier goal. Well, he probably will, but he scored a quite comfortable goal there. All he had to do was put it on target. The keeper was behind him. So let's see if we can make a change there. I think we'll get change the midfield up. We've won the game. The battle of midfield is won. We'll get Rondonina and Hendricks on. We certainly need to give Rondonina game time. I think you will see better from him next year when he's adapted to the league, maybe. And he needs to learn English as well. That's something that Hendricks now has in his locker. He is fluent in English, which is always a plus. Changes, well, I think we'll get Trippier on. We'll try and get him back into the fold after his high boot gate against United. Thank you, Neil Swarbrick, for that one. As time ticks down then, I mean, I picked this game because I thought it would be a difficult test given they'd already beat Dortmund, but I suppose given their league position, maybe it was more of a foregone conclusion. So it wasn't the difficult tactical encounter I was expecting. It was an easy walkover, and not the reason I picked it. I could have picked any number of games if I just wanted to display our attacking prowess. But it is a 5-0 win, and they're always welcome in the Champions League, or in any league, in fact. So you can see there then, comfortably ahead. It's difficult to see us falling away. I think we've definitely qualified. In fact, we might have qualified already. No, we haven't, but we've qualified in all but the shouting, I think. It's very unlikely that Dortmund will overtake us now, and essentially we're through again to the knockout rounds, and that's the idea. The board want a knockout round. I'm hoping for another final, but I doubt we'll make another final. I just don't think we're as strong we're certainly stronger than we were last year, but I reckon a few of the bigger sides from last year who were missing are going to recover and make strides in the Champions League rather than the Europa League. So where shall we return then? Obviously, it's a busy time heading into Christmas. I'm tempted to say let's do the Dortmund game, but we've already seen them ones. Perhaps we'll do Boxing Day, eh? We'll go to Bournemouth on Boxing Day and maybe do the Leicester Bournemouth as a bit of a double. We'll see how we cope with the short break. You can see their Saturday, Monday play. So yeah, we'll do that. It gives us a good chunk of games. We'll have finished the group stages by then. I expect us to qualify. If we don't, I'll let you know on Twitter. So yeah, please do follow me on the Twitter, as I say, Knock It Wide, or @Knock It Wide, and like the video and subscribe. I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.